Good day, everyone. I'm John Lloyd E. Prosya,
And I'm Jayosh Aldrich Barkon.
reporters for the topic of depression. For today's discussion, we are going to discuss what is depression, the symptoms of depression and causes of it, the type of depression, and lastly, where we call seek support when we felt that we are experiencing depression. What will we discuss? Depression is common. Symptoms of depression, causes of depression, types of depression, seeking support for symptoms of depression. What is depression? Have you experienced it? First, let us define the word depression. When we hear about the word depression, the most common word that comes to our mind is being sad and lonely. But depression is more than that. Depression, as defined, is the most common type of mental health condition and often develops alongside anxiety. So, what is anxiety? It is the feeling of nervousness, worry, or uneasiness. An example of anxiety in relation to our studies is when we worry too much about feeling our subject back in the depression. It is said that depression can be mild and short lived or severe and long lasting. Some people are affected by depression only once, while others experience it multiple times. In few occasions, many cases had been recorded that depression lead to suicide. Although depression is said to preventable when there is support provided. But how about those people who cannot have support when they feel they are experiencing depression? According to studies, those people to tend hide what they feel and hide just it themselves. And that is why sometimes some of those people without any trace of sadness and depression and them committed suicide in the people around them, especially to the family were very shocked and questioned why that person do that. So it's very important to know that there are a lot of ways in order to help people who are in the state of depression, especially to young ones who feel alone and lonely are thinking about taking their own lives. It is said that depression is common. According to the study conducted in Australia, around 1 million people in Australia were experiencing depression. One in six women and one of eight men were experiencing depression at some point in their lives. And the good news about this mental state is that it's very treatable and there are a lot of ways to help people who have depression. The sooner that person consult medical help, the sooner he or she will get treated and provide support with the depression through therapy or even medical prescription. So, what are the symptoms of depression? First is the feeling of extreme sadness, cheerfulness, emptiness, or hopelessness without any valid reason. People are experiencing depression, sometimes find themselves crying in the corner without even realizing the sole reason why they are crying as the very first place. Secondly, is the loss of interest or pleasure in most activities such as sex, hobbies, or sports. People who are people who are experiencing depression tend to isolate themselves at the end of the day or even most of the day. They don't have the interest of interacting with people, and sometimes depression affect the relationship since people who are experiencing depression tend not to understand themselves. Why are they feeling such extreme sadness and emptiness within them? And third is the sleep disturbance, including to insomnia or sleeping too much. People who are experiencing depression most likely have a hard time sleeping because there is too much going on their mind. They tend overthink or have anxiety about something that can affect their sleeping habit and routine. This topic will continue by J.S. Farka.
So, what are the feelings caused by depression? So, these are the feelings: being sad, miserable, unhappy, frustrated, disappointed, lacking in confidence, unable to concentrate, indecisive, hopeless, and overwhelmed. What are the thoughts caused by depression? These are some examples. I am a failure. It's my fault. Nothing good ever happens to me. I am worthless. And withdraw from close family and friends. Stop going out. Stop their social, done work and or school. Rely on alcohol additives. What are the behavioral symptoms of depression? People with depression tend to withdraw themselves from close family or friends. They tend to isolate themselves from people around them. They stop going out and socialize with other people. They stop to enjoy the things that they enjoyed before and even lost interest in doing it. They are very lazy or don't have the interest of doing the things in work or even its school activities. And lastly, they tend to rely on alcohol or even sedatives as their coping mechanism on the feeling that they have felt. What are the factors that lead to depression? First, depression could run into the family. Your maternal or paternal sides have a history of depression. Second, it's your personality. Third, it could be a serious medical condition. And lastly, due to drug and alcohol abuse. What are the types of depression? First, we have melancholia, an older term to depression and still sometimes used to describe a more severe form of depression with a strong biological basis. For many of the physical symptoms of depression are particularly evident, and dysthymia. The symptoms of dysthymia are similar to those of major depression but are less severe and more persistent, and a person has to have this milder depression for more than 2 years to be diagnosed with dysthymia. Psychotic depression. This can involve hallucinations, seeing or hearing things that are not there, or delusions, false beliefs that are not shared by others, such as believing they are bad or evil, or that they are being watched or followed, or that everyone against them. Antenatal and postnatal depression. Up to 1 in 10 women will experience depression during pregnancy. This increases to 16% in the first 3 months after having a baby. Bipolar disorder used to be known as manic depression because the person experiences periods of depression and periods of mania with periods of normal mood in between. Cyclotemic disorder, uncommon condition which is often described as a milder form of bipolar disorder. Seasonal affective disorder. People with SAD are more likely to experience lack of energy, sleep too much, overeat, gain weight, and crave carbohydrates. When someone feels that they are experiencing depression, there are ways in order to prevent it. Could be therapy, especially the things we call psychotherapy or even medical perceptions or meditations. In our generation nowadays, there are a lot of organizations who are helping people who experiencing depression. They tend to extend their help by talking with certain someone via call or being a part of a group where people could could expressly talk about what they have something in their mind. Through these people with depression could able to listen that kind of sadness and emptiness within them, since they felt that they are not alone with their battles, and there are a lot of people who are willing to extend help, willing to listen to their rants. Aside from those help mentions, there are also some simple ways that could help people with depression. People could exercise, since exercising could release endorphins that help certain people to cope up with their pain and stress. Also, they could eat healthy foods and drink plenty of water. They could also express themselves. Also, dwelling in problems is not healthy. So, as much as possible, they should be avoided, and we have to maintain such optimism within us and see good things despite the happenings in our lives and to our surroundings.